I was back there in my office, and I heard y'all clapping and getting excited and everything.
Yeah.
It's just a wonderful thing. How y'all doing tonight?
Amen.
Come on in, make it.
Yeah.
Come on in. Here's the woman, he ain't.
It's what walk, that's all.
This is just a tad woman.
All
Know what's going on? But
right, keep going.
can you look at it over there right quick? Wait, oh, they got them thing coming up right. You got it. All right. Yeah.
How you doing today, Pastor?
I'm doing pretty good, you know. I'm doing pretty good for a man my age.
I know that's right. Bless me, Jay.
Getting older now.
Yeah.
I don't have to lie no more when I pull my car. You know how you go to the movies and you look at the price and it'd be like $17.75 for the regular people. And then it'd be $14.50 for the seniors. And you a year too young. But you be like, they ain't gonna know the difference. Give me a senior citizen one. Ain't got to lie no more. I be, no,
Bam!
no.
Amen. We're gonna break a card in half, flappers on.
That's right. And good to go. All right, we in Proverbs 14. Proverbs 14, and we're supposed to start at verse 19. Proverbs 14, verse 19. Any questions about anything that we have? Any questions about anything we've covered up to this point? Any questions up to this point? Everybody good? All right. Okay. All right. Here we go then. All right. 19 and 22 go together. All right. And here's what it says: the evil bow before the good, and the wicked at the gate of the righteous. And then 22 says, do they not err that devise evil, but mercy and truth shall be to them that devise good. Now, good stuff there. Here's what Solomon is saying: that oftentimes it appears as if those who are not righteous are still on top. He says, but don't you ever think that God isn't right there for you.
Amen.
Okay? That no matter what's happening right now, at the end of the journey, it's going to be turned around, and those that are evil are going to end up on the bottom, and those that are good are going to end up on top.
Amen.
Right? Now, I'm going to tell you that's so important, because if we are not steadfast, it is easy to forget that you're saved sometimes. Right? And right? Glory to God. And sometimes, it's easy to get frustrated when you look around and you see folks that in your mind you say they ain't got no business moving up and me staying stagnant. Because in your mind, you know they ain't no good. You know they cheat. You know they lie. You do all this stuff, and it seems like there ain't nothing ever happening to them. Not that you want something bad, well, maybe you do want something bad. but not that something bad should happen to them, but your thing is, Lord, where is my blessing? How come they cheat and they still get over? And what Solomon is saying is, don't be deceived into thinking that you need to follow what they're doing, right? You stay doing what you're doing, and after a while, you're going to see how God going to turn this thing around for you, all right?
Yeah.
Because oftentimes what we think is us being on the bottom really is not what it appears to be.
Right.
Okay? Yeah. I know sometimes it don't seem that way, but it is. You see, it doesn't. But it doesn't. It doesn't mean you're on the bottom. And we go through a few more verses, you're going to see what we're talking about. Okay? You're going to see it. I promise you, you're going to see it. And before the night's out, you know what we're saying? Glory, hallelujah. Eyes on top. I didn't even realize it. Okay? Now, so that's 19 and 22. Chapter 14. With chapter 14, that was verse 19 and 22. Now, 20, 21, and 28 go hand in hand. Okay? And here's what it says. The poor is hated of his own neighbor, but the rich have many friends. He that despises his neighbor sinneth, but he that have mercy on the poor, happy is he. Right? Then 28 says, in the multitude of people is the king's honor, but in the want of people is the destruction of the prince. Okay, now, here's what I want you to, this is what Solomon said. Here's what we should always consider. Okay? Always consider this. How you doing, baby? Good. When he's talking about poor, it is not just poor in money, but poor in status. Okay? But poor in status. When he's talking about rich, he's also talking about financial, but also status. Okay? Now, think about this for a second. Why is it that those who have not envy those that have? Right, we know about it. Right, I agree with you. And why is it that we will be friendlier to those that have than to those that have not? But you're right, you may think, but in actuality, you know, you've been living for about 22 years. Is it true though? No, it ain't true at all, is it? Right, because being nice to rich folk don't mean they're going to give you nothing.
That's right.
Right? It doesn't. But it also says something, that people who have expect people to be nicer to them.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right? That's an expectation. But what Solomon is pointing out is even a bigger point, that you have to be careful when you have about who your friends are.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying. Because rich folk have plenty of friends. And he's saying, you know what? And which is so true, it is not how many friends, it's the quality of the friends you have that make a difference. Okay? So when people are out trying, like some people are always trying to keep a whole lot of folk around them, he's saying, you need to first figure out why them folk are around you.
That's right.
Are they around you because you're rich? And because what you can get from them? Or are they around you because they are true friends? Okay? Now here's the thing about being poor. If you're broke and you got some friends, they your real friends.
You're right.
Right? See, those are real friends. Yeah. That's right. Because it's quality and not quantity. Okay? Now, but he also says this, that understand that so if you do acquire status, right? If you do acquire status, the higher your status, what will show whether or not you are honorable is based on how many folk are true friends. Y'all with me? Because most people, as you move up, will try to befriend you because of where you are. But that don't mean they're true friends. But when you move up and you still have true friends, that tells what kind of person you are. Because, see, generally speaking, the king has friends when the king is an honorable king. It's a difference between people wanting to be around you because they fear you, and honoring you because they fear you, and honoring you because of who you are as an individual. And vice versa. He's saying what? If you are the prince and you don't have friends, it says something about you. Why? Why do you think that? Huh?
Mean friends, not a good person.
It says what? You're not fit to be the king.
Right?
Right? You're not fit to be the king. Let's put it in practical terms. Let's go a different way, okay? Let's put it in practical terms. Now, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. So I'm just trying to
Say that. Whatever that is.
Huh?
I said, say that, whatever that thought is.
Let it flow.
You're right.
I'm gonna do that, but just gotta be careful. People are sensitive. sensitive. Let me say it this way. All right, put it this way. I'll use me as an example so I won't hurt my feelings, okay? All right, now. Okay, here's the thing. As the pastor of the church, right? As the pastor of the church, okay. Now, there are ministers that are under me, right? Yeah. The ministers are under me. Now, generally speaking, it's like this is what it's saying. Most ministers want to be a pastor. Not all, but most ministers want to be a pastor, right? So he's saying, if you are a minister serving under, use this example, serving under someone, or anybody who's serving under somebody, then what will mean that you have what you need to be where they are is if you can command what they command before you get there.
You say that again?
Okay. Okay. If let's say if you are a minister serving under me, right, your worthiness to be where I am is determined only by the fact that if you can demonstrate that before you get where I am. If the only thing that will allow you to be prosperous in that role is the name and not you, you are not worthy to be there anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because just being the king, being the king in name is not enough. Being the pastor in name is not enough. Right. So if the prince can't do it without the title, he shouldn't be the king anyway.
Amen. Amen.
And it's true in any aspect of life, right? I mean, how many of you all got supervisors on your job that you just sick of, just downright sick of? Right? I know, there you go. Tell the truth, shame the devil, right? Yeah. And you know why you're sick of them? It's because they didn't really deserve to have the job that they had. Okay? My point is this. See, if the person had the kind of character that they should have had when they became the manager, they would have got it, right? It would have been different. Or like some people, this is what my father always taught me. He said, always function at the level you want to be at, not at the level you are. Amen. Maybe that's a better way to put it. Amen. Always function at the level you want to be at, not at the level you are. Okay? So, and it's good in everything you do. It's in practical stuff, it's in life, it's in everything. You know, like someone said to my mother last Sunday, said to her, can you find me a husband? Well, because she had a few of them. So when you have a few husbands, they should ask my sister to shoot ask her. Can you find me a husband?
That's
it's true. Look, listen. It's true. I'm listening. Listen, this is church. We're gonna tell the truth, all right? Yeah. But first, answer that. Okay, now. What she said to them, start acting like a wife, and somebody will want to marry you.
That's true.
Now, let me say this right now, right? Let me put it in perspective. Okay. All right. Now, when I say start acting like a wife, I don't mean 100%.
Right. That's right.
Okay. I mean show them that you can be a wife. Okay, because the other part you ain't got to be a wife to do.
That's right. That's right.
All right. Okay. All right. Huh? That's right. Don't be a Moabite. Right. How many new people in here? How many new people in here been in less than 2 months? Okay, 2 months. Okay, so you all will know what we're talking about. Okay, in the Old Testament, the Moabite women, they corrupted you Old Testament scholar? Oh, you shaking your head? Yeah, like you knew that's what I was saying.
I understand.
Okay.
I read, but go ahead and explain.
Good. There you go. No, good. You in there? So you don't talk. The Moabite women, they corrupted the Hebrew men. They corrupted them so much that the men decided we don't need God no more. And they corrupted them because they knew how to be women. That was nice to hear, right? Yeah, so what I would tell, I oftentimes told these people in this class here, is that there's no woman that should ever say they can't get their husband to come to church. Go back and read about the Moabite women, and you can get your husband to do anything. He'll come to church.
That's right.
He'll drop you off right at the front door right there. And before he parked the car, he'll be done ran in here and open the door for you. So, if your husband ain't doing all that, go back and read what the Moabite women did. Okay? All right, we have a class on it. Or call my mama up, and she'll tell you how to get you a man. Okay, all right. 23. 23 says, in all labor there is profit, but the talk of the lips tendeth only to penury. Okay? Now, talk is cheap, right? Takes money to buy land. Here's what Solomon is dropping down for us, right? Oftentimes, we worry about whether or not if what we do is appreciated. Right? Yeah. What Solomon is saying is, why would you think that God overlooks what you do? You know, he's God, right? Why would he overlook what you do? So his point is that if you understand that God is always watching you, that means everything that you do, God will reward you for. Because you serve man because you know God, right? So no matter what you do, God will make sure you get the benefit from it, right? Now, he says what? That the labor will always give you profit, but your lips will make you poor. His point being is that it is not enough to talk a good game. It is not enough to talk about what you can do. It is not enough to show people by your words, but by your actions. Make sense?
Yes. Actions speaks louder than words.
Actions always speak louder than words. But the key thing is not just that actions speak louder than words, is to not feel like that what you do goes unnoticed. Because see, some people are slacking what they do because their thought process is, I'm not getting what I'm worth. And what he's saying is you will always get what you're worth because you serve God. And God will make sure you get what you are worth. Okay? I don't care where you work at. If you work at McDonald's, he's saying, you know what? If you make sure that them fries are nice and crispy, if every time they come out crispy with just the right amount of salt on them, that God sees it. And God will make sure that you will get favor down the line. He'll make sure of it because he's looking out for you. Now, you can sit there and complain and talk about, you know, how good your fries are. But if they ain't good, you're wasting your time talking about it. You know. Because people will recognize hard work quicker than they will a lot of mouth. Yes. That's right. That's it right there. God take care of you. Always act like your boss is Jesus. Always act like your boss is Jesus. And I can tell you, and this ain't in the text, but I'm just going to tell you anyway. Okay. When I was a manager, the one thing I was sick of was church folk working for me. Okay. Let me tell you why. Because they're always trying to have Bible studies. And I'm saying, now I want you, because that thing will be, I thought he was a preacher. Yeah, I'm a preacher, but then we got to get some work done around here. You can't be out here in Bible study on these 8 hours. Get some work done. And so they want to eat lunch. They want to eat lunch and then come back and have Bible study for an hour. No. Work like you are working for the Lord. See, what they should have been doing was demonstrating how hard work they were, so that when the next person came around who was not saved, see, you want people that come behind you to say, I want to hire me a Christian. I want to hire me a Christian. Why? Because they know that Christians have a strong work ethic. And I can tell you, unfortunately, a lot of us don't have strong work ethics. We're trying to take an advantage of somebody who say they're Christian. You know, don't you look? And then they want to come to church on Monday? Good dog. You can't get no work out of sanctified folk on Monday. You know why? Because they got to tell everybody what their preacher talked about. You know. Rem Daniels, you know, let me tell you what the preacher talked about. I'm like, yeah, okay, I got it. But go in here and do some work. All right? So, but you're right there, sister, that everybody should work like God is their manager, right? And like He's going to put your butt in hell if you don't give Him a good day's work.
That's right.
And it changes everything. It makes it easy for everybody. Okay. Now 24 and 25. Again, Proverbs. Solomon throws a lot of things together, but you know it's okay. All right. Any questions? Come on, just throw it out at me. All right, as we're going along. 24 and 25. The crown of the wise is their riches, but the foolishness of fools is folly. A true witness delivers souls, but a deceitful witness speaketh lies. All right. Good stuff right there. Good stuff right there. Okay. Now, what is he referring to here? In other words, we often judge ourselves by the wrong by the wrong standard. Okay, by the wrong standard, because what he says is the crown of the wise is their riches, meaning that you ought to not worry about getting money, worry about getting wisdom. If you get wisdom, you can get wealth, but getting money don't necessarily get you wealth. A whole lot of folks. How many of y'all know who MC Hammer is? You can't touch that, right? Just as broke as he can be. Why? No wisdom, right? How many of y'all know who Danny White is? Remember who Danny White is? Used to be the Cowboys quarterback, right? Broke as he could be. Why? Now he on TV making commercials about alarm systems, right? Why? Didn't know how to manage his money. Whole lot of folk get money and can't keep money. How many of y'all know any drug dealers?
Don't be saying.
How many of y'all know drug dealers that's not that? How many of y'all know drug dealers still living with their mama? How many of y'all know drug dealers living with their girlfriend? Why? Because they're worried about the money. But now I don't advise being a drug dealer. I'm just saying if they had wisdom, they wouldn't be with their mama. They'd be somewhere else. All right. So his point is, if you think about it, you don't even look up to people who are not wise. They got money. You call them stupid, right? Now, people think about the Kardashians, for example. Anybody see and I didn't see this, but I just saw it on a little clip of it on The View. Any of y'all look at the Kardashians? None of y'all? Okay, well, one of the Kardashians is crying about turning 40.
Crying about it.
Crying about it, saying nobody knows the trouble I've seen.
Wow.
And so, right, and so that's the person's thought was, is you crazy? You crying about turning 40, right? And so, and what they said was, if you think about, like y'all said, none of y'all watch them. If you think about how people view them, they got money, but we all think they're just as crazy and just as stupid as they can be. So nobody looks up to them and says, I wish I was a Kardashian. Even though they rich.
Yeah.
They got money. But we see them as being stupid. People look up to people who are wise. People fight people who are wise. So what Solomon is saying is, and Solomon had plenty of money, he's saying what? You should view yourself not based on what you acquire in life, financially, but what you acquire in life intellectually. Because that's what helps people when you have a good mind. All right? And he's saying that when you, and in addition to that, he's saying that but foolishness of the fools is folly. So he's saying wise people act differently than fools, right? He's also saying here that wise people become a true witness, but fools are deceitful witnesses. Now, his point is this, is that wise people will speak the truth. Fools will tell you what you want to hear. Right? Wise people understand that there's value in speaking truth to power. There's value in speaking truth to friends. There's value in speaking truth to people. Unwise people will tell you what you want to hear because they think that will save the friendship. Okay? And so what that says to us is two different things. Number one, be careful what your friends tell you because they ain't always been honest with you. And number two, stop getting mad at folk when they tell you the truth.
That's right. That's right.
Right? Because but I can tell you this, that most people do not want the truth. What they want is to hear what they want to hear. But telling them what they want to hear won't get them what they need or what they really desire. Okay? So I'm going to tell you right now, anybody that talk to me, stop getting mad if I tell you the truth, okay? Don't get mad if I tell you the truth. Matter of fact, don't even come to me if you want the truth. If you don't want the truth, don't even call me up. Don't call me up. Don't ask me. Don't ask me nothing. Because if you ask me something, see, this is me personally. You all don't have to be like I am. This is me personally. I ain't got time to always try to figure out how to lie to you.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? She got to figure out how to lie to people. This takes too much energy to figure out how to lie to people, right? But it's easy to tell them the truth, right? I just look on me. I got to figure out how to lie to you and say, well, I tell you the truth. You know, good and doggone well, you too old to be wearing that. What's wrong with you? See, you know what I'm saying? Right? Because, yes. Oh, because think about this. Now, let's say I do lie to you, and then you go somewhere. Guess what everybody's going to be doing? Look at that fool walking here. Why ain't her husband tell her at the house she was crazy? And all of you have seen somebody, tell the truth, that walk out the house, and you think, why didn't somebody tell me this?
All day, every day.
Right? Yeah. Yes.
I remember Pastor when he was talking about the 80-20 rule, and I used to draw my feet all the way back to my heels because I felt so bad because you have been telling us that and telling us that over and over again, and I wasn't seeing it, and I was like, Lord, give me another chance so I can take care of this.
Yeah.
And so now I do the 80-20 rule, and I haven't missed a beat yet.
Glory, hallelujah.
And so I just want to thank God because you gave us wisdom, and it imputed into my heart so heavy because I felt so bad every time I came, and I was like, Lord, just help me to get it right.
Yeah.
And He finally did that. So I just want to thank God, and I want to thank God for you who teaches us that.
Well, thank you, my dear. Thank you. Let me tell you, for me personally, this particular text is my father was a walking example of this text from the standpoint of understanding this concept. Okay, understanding this concept. I say that because of this, is that when I was 15 years old, I come home one day and my father tells me to do his taxes. And I said, Dad, I can't do your taxes. He said, yes, you can. And I said, no, I can't. He said, you did your taxes? I said, I know. I do the short form. He said, okay, are you telling me that the words in the long form are more difficult to read than the words in the short form? And I said, no, I guess they are the same words. He said, okay, do my taxes then. I said, okay. He got a letter from his employer. He gave, I'm still 15, but a few minutes later, a letter from his employer. He gave me and said, read this and tell me what it says. And I was like, I can't believe he's asking me these serious questions. And he said to me, he said, listen, I understand that you are afraid to tell me because I'm your father what to do. He said, but I need you to tell me what to do because I understand that you have a better understanding of this type of stuff than I do. He said, I don't know what this annuity means. I don't know how to calculate this kind of stuff, but I know you do. And I said, okay. And so his thing was on the other side of it, being what? Listen, for him, he understood that his wisdom was to accept that if somebody corrects me, I don't care if it's my 15-year-old son, that if he's giving me what's wise, I ought to not feel like, well, I'm your daddy, you can't tell me what to do. But if he's giving me good information, I better take it and run with it. You know, so the flip side is a problem too, because sometimes we who are the recipients of it are uncomfortable letting folk tell us honestly what we need to know. And then sometimes we who are the wise person won't tell somebody something because we are worried that it's going to hurt their feelings. And sometimes folks' feelings need to be hurt.
That's right.
I mean, it really does. Sometimes they need to be shaken up.
I've learned that it's imperative to care more about the friend than the friendship.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. You got to. Because if you don't, you mess everybody up. You know. That's right. That's right. That's right. And it saves ulcers too.
Yeah.
Right? Because you can't hold it in all the time.
Be free with it.
Tell somebody. So Valerie, you have your hand up or you just okay. All right, okay. All right, so 26 and 27. The fear of the Lord is strong confidence, and his children shall have a place of refuge. The fear of the Lord is a fountain of life, to depart from the snares of death. These two verses right here, let me tell you, these two verses right here represent the entire Bible in totality. These two verses, this is the whole Bible right here. Understand them, go by them, and that's all you need to know. Okay? Do y'all understand it? Are you going to go by them? Sometimes that's why, no, they don't do it. Okay. Look, here's what it says. In the fear of the Lord is strong confidence. In the fear of the Lord is strong confidence. What is strong confidence? What literally is strong confidence? Okay, right. Okay, because confidence means what? I'm sure. I am sure of whatever it is. Strong confidence means I know it will happen. Okay? I know it will happen. Right? So if I have strong confidence, I know something will happen. So in the fear of the Lord is strong confidence, and his children shall have a place of refuge. I know, he's saying, that God will take care of me. I know that God will take care of me. I know that God will take care of me. That means I also know that God's way is the best way. Right? You can't get no simpler than that, right? That's the whole Bible right there. I know that God, and see, strong confidence means what? Without a shadow of a doubt. Right? Strong confidence. Strong confidence is like this. You know that a shotgun will blow your head off. Right? Therefore, if somebody come in here with a shotgun right now and point at any one of y'all and say what? Listen, if you don't smile, I'm going to blow your head off. What you going to do? You didn't see your wisdom teaching me smiling so good. Because what? You have confidence that's going to happen. Solomon is saying, if we have that belief system in God, if we have that kind of strong confidence in God, then what we can bank on is this. We have a place of refuge. A place of refuge meaning what? We will always be taken care of. If we serve God in that manner, we will always be taken care of. Always, 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 always. The fear of the Lord is a fountain of life. If I fear God, my days will be happy. Yes. My days will be happy. It don't mean everything that happened to me will be something that's pleasant. But he's saying, I will still have a fountain of life. I will still be happy. Think about it. Here's the deal. Put it away. You know what the worst thing that most of us can think of happening to us? Not our death. Because if you die, it's too late for you to be happy, right? You dead. You can't be. If your mama died, for most of us, that is the one. If daddy died, you're sad, but not as sad as if your mama died. Right? Or if your child dies. Right? That's right. That's a killer right there, ain't it? What makes it a killer is because we don't have a strong confidence in God. Now, think of this for a second. What if when your mama died, you saw her rise up, and you saw the clouds open up, and you saw God grab her by the hand, and you saw God bring her to heaven and assign her a mansion? Then how would you feel? As happy as you could be. Mama got her mansion. Look at Mama! Yes. That mansion! Deserved that mansion, didn't she? Scrubbing clothes. Yeah. All the stuff she did to put me through school. Mama got that mansion. Mama, I'm coming to see you! Be happy as you could be. Matter of fact, you get saved the next day, wouldn't you? I'm going to get saved too. I'm talking about getting that mansion. Right? See, strong confidence means I know that that's what happens to Mama. So when Mama goes, you're not sad. But if you knew your child was already in heaven, you wouldn't be sad. Would you? No, I wouldn't. I'd be as happy as I could be. I'd be jealous. But I'd still be happy for him. Yes.
Well, we're only human. And, yeah, I saw my mother going up there, being nobody and God.
Right.
But I would still have those feelings of missing her.
Missing don't mean you ain't happy. You can miss and be happy.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why I'm saying you can miss somebody and be happy. Let's say, for the sake of argument, you have daughters though, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, okay. What's one of your daughter's careers? Just give me one of their careers.
Deputy, yeah.
She's what?
Sheriff.
She's a sheriff. Okay, she's a sheriff. Let's say your daughter just let's say she get called up tomorrow and click. Who is it? This is Donald Trump. Donald Trump? Yeah, which one? Listen, I'm sick. I'm sick of my attorney. What's Barr? What's Barr's title? Attorney General. I'm sick of my Attorney General, and I want to appoint you as Attorney General. And she calls you and says, "Mama, guess what? I just got appointed to the job of Attorney General." Would you be sad?
No, I wouldn't let her.
I said she got appointed to the Attorney General. What they got to do with you letting her?
That's right.
And I'd be, no, you'll get fired in 2 months.
So you think I believe that? You think I really believe that Liz would say, no, turn down all that money because I don't want you to have it. Turn down all that fame because I don't want you to have it.
If it was for Trump, I would say, don't go.
Even if she got fired, she's still making more money than she ever made in her life. You know why? Because she'll get picked up by somebody else just like that. Okay? Everybody, Liz can talk all she want to talk. Everybody in here we go. We always talk good talk until it's time for it to happen.
That's right.
Just like I said, you know what? I wish Trump would call me and ask me to get a cabinet post. I wouldn't work for him, doesn't call me up.
That's right. You gonna call everybody today.
I come out of retirement. Yo, where's the president? He's the head of the Department of Commerce. He in Washington, D.C. My point to you is this. Let me say them differently. Let me say, anyway. If your child gets a great job and moves away from you, you miss him, but you're still happy.
That's right.
Huh?
Exactly.
I know. And you happy because what? That's what you trained them for.
You should have said Obama.
Obama can't become the president no more. It's already. I know God can work out miracles, but still, he's too late now. Okay, all right. It was my fault.
Pass.
I knew better. I knew better than call you. See, that's what happened. So I'm the foolish one, right? 'Cause it's right in the Bible, right? Okay. Solomon's point is simple. That when you have the fear of the Lord, when you have fear of God, and you have that strong confidence, there's nothing that happens to you that you don't understand and look at it in a different light. See, remember what the Bible says, all things work what? Together. For the what? For the good. It didn't say all good things work together. It says all things work together. So the Bible is telling us what? Everything is done for my benefit. If I truly have confidence in God, if I truly believe that everything that's done is for my benefit, then I always feel good about it. Because I know it's for my benefit. You can get fired, but if you think it's for your benefit, you ain't saved. If you think you're getting fired and you'll get a better job, you ain't saying you're happy. I got 2 weeks off with God. You happy. Right? That's what Solomon's point is that our positions are where they are because we don't have that strong confidence in God that we really ought to be striving for. Okay? Right? So Solomon is, if you look at it in a different way, consider where you are in your life right now. Consider how you feel about your life right now. And ask yourself a simple question. Do I really have confidence in God? Do I really believe God will work it out for me? See, because if you believe that, where is the fear? Where is the sadness if I believe God will work it out?
That's right. That's right.
See, think about how little kids think about parents. Little kids don't worry about nothing. They don't worry about not one thing. You know why? They figure you're gonna take care of it. Little kids ain't sad about nothing except not being able to play.
That's all.
Nothing else bothers them. House can catch on fire. They still ain't sad but 2 seconds. Once y'all leave the fire and y'all get back in the hotel room, they jumping up and down on the bed. It's as happy as they can be. You wasn't sitting there saying why? Because in your mind, I gotta take care of this stuff. The kid ain't, because he said what? You gonna take care of it. He has strong confidence in the parent. Even the grown child has strong confidence in the parent, and those of us who have grown children know that. Because the grown child will call you up in a minute and expecting what? You to handle it. Strong confidence. Maybe not as strong as this, but it's still not as strong as when they were, really young, but they still have it. So if you look at it from another perspective, that tells me always that my job as a child of God is to try to develop a real sense that God is my Father. Because when I really view God like I view a parent, it changes how I see Him and how I work for Him and how I work through Him and how I work within my own self. And therefore, worry goes away. Remember what Jesus said? Take no thought for tomorrow. Sufficient unto today is the evil thereof. Right? Because when you're putting your mind and keeping your mind that, hey, God got me, why am I worried about it?
That's right.
Why would He let you fall?
That's right.
Okay? Now, some of us who've been around a little longer, we have enough experience to know. I'm not going to ask you nothing, Liz. I'm going to ask somebody else. Some of us who got been around a while, we know what? Our experience has taught us something. And that is what? I don't care how far down we fell.
Yes.
God picked us back up.
Yes. Amen.
Right?
Amen.
You've been around a few years, you know that's happened in your life, right?
Hallelujah. You asked me.
Huh? Because you were going to say something to try to say I was wrong. That's why I ain't asked.
No, you're absolutely right.
Okay, all right. It's a miracle. You agree with me, all right? Now, this is the thing. If every time we got down, God lifted us back up, why do we keep worrying when we get down the next time?
Come on now.
Right, because we are in that foolish bunch, right? Because that's how he's been. And that's why I said these two verses here, these are two to get in your head and keep in your head, right? That I will always have a fountain of life to depart from the snares of death, right? What are the snares of death? He's saying those things that will cause my destruction. In other words, you ain't got to worry. You don't have to worry, right? You're on the job and you got folks trying to stab you in the back. Stop worrying about it.
That's right.
Be right. God know them fools up there messing with you. You keep on doing your thing. You got God on your side. You keep doing what Solomon said earlier, right? What? Work.
That's right.
Work. Do your thing. And God gonna protect you.
That's right. True.
Now he'll do it all the time. Okay? All right. We getting there, saints. All right. Let's jump to 29. He that, oh Lord, this is a good one right here. He that is slow to wrath is of great understanding, but he that is hasty of spirit exalteth folly. Listen, he's saying what? Listen, I told this last week. It's saying this is it right here. You cannot make a wise decision angry. You cannot make a wise decision angry. You should never jump to a conclusion without knowing all the facts. Okay? And I tell you, most people don't like to absorb facts. They like to think they already know the facts. Okay? Now I'm going to give you the best example of that, all right? Most people always assume they know what's in your head. Right? Yeah. They always think they know what's in your head. They always think they know why you did something.
Yes.
And so that's why they act without gathering the facts. They act fast. They don't take the time to figure out why you did it because they think you already know why you did it. And what I like, you remember driving Miss Daisy?
Yeah.
Remember what Hope said to Miss Daisy? He said, how do you know what I see unless you in here looking through my eyes? Right? And that's so true. He said, how can I make a judgment about you until I find out everything that you need me to know? Because just because you did something don't mean I know why you did it. Just because you step on my toe don't mean you tried to hurt my toenail. You could have just what? Accidentally did it. Right? That's all. It don't mean that you're trying to hurt me. It don't mean any of that stuff. But that's what we do. So what Solomon is saying to each of us is, listen, the best thing to do is to be slow. You got plenty of time to get mad. Right? You can get mad tomorrow. Can't you? Why jump to mad today? Tomorrow gonna come. Get mad then. And if something happened, you're dead by then, what difference did it make anyway? It's too late. And if they die, they gone anyway. Why? So what difference did it make? So take your time.
That's right.
All right, I think we got time for a couple more. A sound heart is the life of the flesh, but envy the rottenness of the bone. Oh my goodness. A sound heart is the life of the flesh, but envy is the rottenness of the bone. Jealousy is a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing. Right? And jealousy will do more to bring you down than anything else. You know, we always sing a song that what God has for you is for you. But then we act like it ain't true. Right? We say it, but we act like it's not true. Again, see, that goes right back to the other two verses we talk about, right? What? If you have a sincere confidence in God. See, if I have a strong confidence in God, what I know is this: you can't take my blessing.
That's right.
Because why would God take my blessing and give it to you?
That's right.
So why am I getting mad because you got something and I didn't get it? Why am I getting mad because I think that I worked harder than you? You know, so I should have it and not you. Why? I don't know what you're going through. I don't know what you're praying for. My assumption just is you ain't going through nothing. But just because you smile all the time don't mean you ain't catching hell. And so God may know you need it more than I need it. And he may give it to you. And so don't need me get mad at it. Why? Because God is the one that makes the determine who gets what. Okay? Now if I walk around mad, jealous at what you got all the time, it don't hurt you because you ain't thinking about me. Why? Because you already got yours. I'm the one walking around feeling bad all the time. I'm the one walking around upset. I'm the one, going through all these changes. That's crazy stuff. Because what? God know how to bless you. Just that simple. All right? Make sense?
Yes.
He that oppresses the poor reproacheth his maker, but he that honoreth him have mercy on the poor. Straightforward
Now, you know
stuff.
why I don't let my daughter go to be Attorney General?
Oh, girl. Why, pray tell? Oh, man. Is that got something to do with verse 31? Keep me near the cross. Look. Here's what Solomon is telling. Look, here's the bottom line. Anytime you treat folk in a negative way, you bring shame to your God. That's the deal. Anytime you bring shame to anybody, anytime you put them down, anytime you make them feel little, anytime you harm folk, you bring shame to your God. Anytime you talk about folk, you bring shame to your God. Let's make it practical. Anytime you talk about God's house, you bring shame to your God. Anytime you talk about God's people, you bring shame to your God. Anytime you talk about God's choir, you bring shame to your God. Anytime you talk about God's usher board, you bring shame to your God. Anytime you talk about God's trustee board or anybody, you bring shame to your God. And we don't think about it that way, but that's of a truth. Why? Because we say this is the house of God.
That's right.
And everybody here know what their mama always taught them. And mama, a simple saying, right? What happened in this house?
Stay in this house.
All of us know that, right? But and so why we think God think the opposite way? So your mama didn't mean everything that happened in the house, did she? You know what she meant? Don't be telling nothing bad about what happened in the house. So your mama didn't care if somebody made an A. You wouldn't have told somebody, guess what? My brother made an A. See, she didn't care about that. Why? She didn't care about you saying good stuff. She really was saying what? Don't be saying nothing negative about my house. Because when you say something negative about my house, I look bad. And she didn't want to look bad. And that's what Solomon is dropping from a practical standpoint. That's what Solomon is saying. If this is God's house. When you say something bad about God's house, you're making God look bad. If you say something bad about God's people, you make God look bad. So I don't care what you think about the person sitting beside you. If they belong to God, if you ain't got nothing good to say, shut your mouth.
That's right. What he used to say.
Just close your mouth. Stop being envious. Close your mouth.
That's right.
Right? Leave it's done. Then move on. Move on. God take care of it. All right. I was trying to clean the chapter out, but it's too late now. It's 8 o'clock. Okay. So what's that? That's verses 32. So we start 32. Oh, I'm trying to. Okay. That's too late. Okay, all right. So any question about anything? Everybody good?
Yes, sir.
Good class.
Oh, good class. Okay, yeah, thank you so much. All right, listen. All right, anybody got kids upstairs? If you do, can you go get them right quick? And, thank you very much. And listen, y'all pray for Brother Jamal. His mother passed, and the funeral is going to be next Friday, right? So pray for his mother passed. Pray for him. All right, because we know, but the funeral's not going to be. He's going to be in Chicago. Just pray for him. All right. God bless you, and heaven smile upon you. Y'all good to go.